All right, let's get a pack size of the Lydarz inflatable tent, and we're also going to weigh it with the pump inside. Everything that's included with the tent inside the bag, we're going to get the weight of all of that. Let's get the dimensions here first. So we're 30 inches long by 12 inches. 32.5 pounds. So we're going to throw down our tarp. We're going to spread out our Lydarz inflatable tent and wait till you see how easy it is to set this thing up. This truly is the future of camping. Here are the deflation valves. Just want to make sure those are nice and tight before we air up the tent. Here's our pump, auto pump. So you insert the charged pump right here, press the power button. So included in your Lydarz inflatable tent is some hefty stakes, ground stakes, right there. And you get plenty, and you have extra guy ropes. There's already guy lines attached to the tent, but there's a special feature that we're going to show you here in a little bit that comes with awning poles. Well, you'll just have to be surprised and you'll see it. All right, so next thing we need to do, now that we've got the tent laid out, we need to stake one side and then stake the other, opposite sides, and then get the tent staked out, and then we'll be ready to inflate the tent. All right, that was pretty easy enough so far. The tent is spread out. We got all the corners pegged out, 6 sides, and then here's where the magic happens. So make sure when you get your tent in, you find and locate your pump. This is your internal pump, and go ahead and get that charged. When you see the green light come on, you're good to go. And now let's insert the pump. Press the power button so it will inflate itself, and it'll shut itself off when it's done inflating. Well, since we don't have any poles to build, we're just going to press the power button and probably just hang out in the hammock. I'm not sure how long it'll take. I think it's about 5 minutes, but we'll time it and see how it goes. We ready? Let's press the power button. Wow, it really is that easy to set up this tent. That is remarkable. All right, so we're gonna try to get through this video as quick as we can because there is a lot of information to go over with this tent. Let's start with the outside. So you can see it's 6-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plenty of height. We're gonna get some floor dimensions here in a bit once we move to the inside, looking at the inside features, but wow, this is really cool. First of all, I do like the colors. I'm a big fan of orange. It's got a little bit of brown accents to it. The floor, the bathtub style floor, is brown as well. I really like these valve covers and the pump cover. So once you're done inflating the tent, now you just pull out the pump. And you're going to set that back into this little canister and just carry it home, and then you're going to charge it up. All right, so there's no inner tent, there's no outer tent to set up. It's just one tent. All the sills are heat tape seam sealed, so no water is going to permeate through. What is really spectacular about this tent, and is going to allow you to camp in the summertime, is all the material sewn in, and part of the tent material is this shiny silver sheen. This blocks out 54% of the UV rays, and they also give you a huge tarp that you can use as a standalone tarp, or you can attach to the tent right here and make a huge awning. We're going to get to that pretty quick. All right, so we have two huge doors. There's also a bug mesh door, so you can let in a lot of air if you want to. We have two doors, one on the front side, one on the back, the exact same size. You get that nice opposing air draw through there. Just roll these up or tarp them out like a canopy. You have four giant windows. That is a window, and you just unzip the interior material that also is heat shielded. The whole tent is heat shielded. You get four huge windows all the way around the tent. You're going to get airflow no matter where the wind is coming from. You just set up your tent, face the door where you want, and you're going to get airflow. We have two large roof vents. So the roof vents are very helpful in exhausting hot air and reducing condensation inside your tent. All right, we get 6 guy out points. They are about 3/4 of the way up high, so you can really guy this thing out, withstand some heavy winds. All right, before we move into the inside of this tent, I'm going to go ahead and roll up the doors and roll down all the windows. We're just going to open this thing up and take a look at it. You're not going to have any issues at all getting some airflow through this tent. Look at this. Every side of this tent, you can open it up. If it's too much wind on one side, you can raise up the solid panel, block it off. You can do it halfway. I mean, it's just so versatile what you can do to control airflow in this tent. All right, let's take a look at the inside here. So you can see our 6 columns. They're about 4 inch in diameter. And if you ever get any kind of issue, puncture, which you're probably not going to, it's very well protected. Very thick rubber material, and then you got this pretty heavy duty canvas material zippered up on here, and then another sleeve and taped, heat tape sealed stitching. Very nice. So they all come together right here at the center, and you get a lantern holder. So these tubes are very well protected. It would be very hard to puncture to get a leak inside of here. So you can see that silvery sheen that is blocking out a lot of the UV rays. Here's our huge windows. So we can zip that up, and on each window you get a pocket just like that one on every window. On the doors you have a 2-way zipper. On the mesh panel, that's kind of nice if you want to toss something into the tent real quick. Just do it like that without having to unzip the whole thing or bending over. It's nice having a double zipper. You can place those anywhere you want to create your entry point. So I am 6 foot tall and I have plenty of headroom. All right, let's get some measurements of the tent inside here. All right, I think the measurements are pretty much going to be the same all the way across here. We're going to do a diagonal measurement here. So we have 9 feet diagonal. Let's go straight sideways here. We have 9.5 feet. All right, let's get a peak height. Peak height is 74 inches. I think it's time to introduce the really cool feature of this tent. These are tarp poles. This is a tarp. It's the same material as the tent itself. This is waterproof, just like the tent. It has the heat proof shielding on the underside. And it has a zipper point here, so we can connect it to the tent and create a huge porch awning area for the entrance of our tent. So we also have these metal plated guy out points here. So that's in case you want to use this as a standalone tarp. And there's also more around the tarp, points where you can set up your awning. All right, let's set up the awning real quick. Put it in awning porch mode. You get 4 very nice lightweight aluminum tarp poles. These are going to work out great. So here's how tall a section of the tarp poles are. Very tall, probably 8 foot tall. So we get this end here. That's what goes through the loops right here of the tarp. And then you get your guy line at the end. This end you have just the bare end. The other end you have the tensioning buckle. So we're going to take this bare end, loop it around, and make a loop knot. Then this will go through the buckle, and then that'll go over top, and we have our ground stake in the ground there already. All right, check this out. Nice big awning shelter that's waterproof and UV ray protected. This is going to be nice on those bright sunny days. A nice hangout area outside. Also rainy days, if you need to do some cooking outside, you got plenty of coverage here. This is nice. What's really cool about it is you can still utilize your door so your tarp can remain like this. I would suggest lowering one corner for rain drainage, so you don't want pooling rain up on the top of the tarp. Other than that, you'd be set to go. All right, we got this side of the tarp fixed up. Looks pretty good. And here's what you can do with the back door. We are maximizing the special options of this tent with heat shielding. So to maximize coolness inside here, we're going to go inside and raise these 2 windows up, and that should keep more shade on the inside and then allowing breeze to go through. All right, we're letting the tent do the work for us. I mean, this thing is so versatile with all the options. So the sun's coming from over there, see how bright it is? But we have those panels on those 2 windows up. We have the back door awning shaded down, and there is nothing but shade inside our tent, and we're still getting a breeze through here. And we're keeping out the bugs. This is the future of camping right here. The tent does the work, it sets itself up. You set it up wherever you want. It doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing, which way the sun's shining. It doesn't matter. You get 360 views, 360 ventilation. You can close it off, shade the one side, open up the other, create a breeze through there, and maintaining shade all around the tent. We're on the shaded side. Now we're in the sun. Big difference. Huge difference here. Even in amongst these trees, you're going to get some sun. So this tent, it doesn't matter. You can block out the sun rays, block off the wind if you want. Truly is future camping. The future of camping. tent that sets itself up. You sit and relax while it sets itself up. Completely versatile, 360 degree. Block the wind, block the sun. However you need to change with your conditions, this tent has it all. The big porch awning mode, the back awning, plenty of space inside, stand up, change. You could cook. A great palace to call home away from home when you're out here in the wilderness, in nature, because life is better outdoors, right? All right, thanks for dropping by Life with Colonel Lee and checking out the Lydarz inflatable 4-person tent. There's gonna be 2 places to order yours from. It's gonna be links in the description below. Have a good one.